Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Figuarts Ultraman Mebius figure from Bandai. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks absolutely killer, and we get a lot of the just super clean sculpt and paint that we would expect from Figuarts, just done very nicely. Like right off the bat, silhouette here is pretty much perfect. Really like the way, like even with their normal articulation cuts, I think it's pretty seamless here. I mean, obviously you can see it if you're looking, but like it's so well done. Not only that, proportions do not suffer at all here. And then moving on to colors, we get that kind of subdued dark red, which we've seen with a lot of the Ultramen. Then we get that nice silver. It's not super bright. It's kind of a neutral silver. Is that a thing? But I think it works really, really well here. It catches the light nicely, but it's not overly bright. It's not super reflective. And yeah, so that's definitely nice. And we also get some really nice accents of gold going on here. So again, not a bright gold, a kind of not worn, I would say, but just kind of more of a neutral sheen, which works really well and kind of helps with just the presentation of the figure overall. And then moving on to one of my favorite things about Figuarts Ultraman figures, we get those nice translucent eyes, which catch light very nicely and just kind of add to the depth of that sculpt. We also get the color timer in a translucent plastic as well. So very, very nice looking there. And yeah, just overall, just very, very nice looking figure. Really nice group of accessories here. So let's jump right in. And right out of the box, we do get a pair of fists. Then we get a pair of thumbs up hands. We get a pair of flying / chopping hands. We get a pair of kind of semi-relaxed hands, more posed. Then we get a pair of like spread out hands. Finally, we get a pair of truly relaxed hands. So really great additions all around there. Then we do get a couple of effects. So we do get the Mebium beam, or the Mebium shoot, and then we get the Mebium blade. I really love this. This is kind of the accessory that sold me on the figure, and really nicely done. It's just kind of a semi-translucency to the blade, and really big fan of that. Just snaps right into the figure on the figure's arm very, very nicely. So yeah, no issues there. And then finally, it would not be an Figuarts Ultraman figure without something that I'm absolutely terrified of losing, usually the color timer, and it is the color timer here. So we do get the blue one in the body, and then you can see we have the red one here. The way it goes in is the bottom of the chest plate comes out. You can see a couple of holes there. Kind of afraid to do this on screen, but you can see this bottom piece of the chest plate kind of pops out. So you can see there, and you can see the two holes, and you can just kind of set that in there. And that is how that works. And did that without that falling out. That makes me so happy. So that will do it for accessories. Articulation balance here are very nice, with one thing that I think holds it back a little bit, but it's just barely. So as we can see, freestanding kicks, no problems. This actually didn't take too long to get into. Part of that is helped by the fact that the feet are relatively flat. So I'm definitely a fan of that, because when the feet are rounded, it's a little bit harder to get into that pose. But in terms of everything else, we do have our ball joint in the head. And as you can see, we do have the piece back here for the fin that does retract into the neck. So we get a decent amount of up, not the best. It's not the best for flying poses, because you're not getting as far up as you need to get, but it's still decent. Down is definitely nicer. Tons of tilt side to side, and of course we get all that rotation. For the arms, we come into butterfly joints that come forward, not so much back, maybe the slightest bit. We get a little bit of up and down too, because of how much the joint comes out there. Then our arms come out into a pretty nice T. We do get some swivel there as well. We get double jointed elbows, which are bringing us well past 90. Then we get our swivel hinge swivel here at the wrists, so we can go pretty much anywhere we want there. You'll run a little bit into the forearm guard here. Then we get a ball joint in the diaphragm, ball joint in the waist, but unfortunately, because the way it's sculpted, He's really not getting any crunch there, and that kind of makes me sad. And better on the arch back, but still not great. So yeah, I definitely wish there was a little bit more crunch here, especially because it looks like there should be more room, but I'm not really sure. We do get some nice tilt side to side, and we're also kind of losing our rotation here because of, again, there's the amount of space there. So I guess that's kind of what's keeping it. So you do get some rotation, but not a ton. So worth noting. For our legs, there is a slight drop down. It's very, very slight, but that does allow us to come out, and we do get pretty much perfect splits. So beautiful there. Our front kick is even past 90, so that's awesome. We do get thigh swivel, then we get double jointed knees coming to there. Then for the feet, we do get some pretty decent point, little bit of forward, we do get a toe hinge, and then some awesome rocker. So that will do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here is with some other SH Figuarts, with some domestics, with some imports, with some monsters. Finally, with Articulate Icons Oni and yours truly in human form as a Velaverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the SH Figuarts Ultraman Mebius figure from Bandai is that this figure rules. Super clean and crisp aesthetics, some really, really nice accessories, some fun articulation with the exception of the torso. You know, again, I do wish it kind of rotated more. I wish it had a little bit more of a crunch. Just, yeah, that I think would have definitely like kicked this up a couple notches, but beyond that, it's still a super fun figure. So if you're a fan of Ultraman Mebius in general, or you're just collecting the SH Figuarts Ultraman, then you can't go wrong here. So this is still available from a few different online resources, so I'll have a link or two in the description for you to pick it up if you're so interested. So that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. If you did, please come on back because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, of course, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. So if any of that appeals to you, let's just meet up again, talk about some really nice looking plastic, and just have a time. But at the end of the day, I just hope you're well, hope that all of your toy dreams come true, and most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.